हेलो, क्या हाल है आप सब लोग का। आज तो खुद को मुझे लैंडस्केप में देख के थोड़ा सा वियर्ड लग रहा है। एनीवे, तो आज ये जो वीडियो मैं आप लोग को दिखाने जा रहा हूँ, ये एक्चुअली मेरा एक इंटरमीडिएट गिटार कोर्स जिसका नाम है नेक्स्ट लेवल गिटार, उस कोर्स का एक वीडियो है। तो मैं ये चाहता था कि इस वीडियो के ज़रिए आपको उस कोर्स का जो स्टाइल है, डिज़ाइन है, इस कोर्स में मैंने क्या क्या टॉपिक्स कवर किए हैं, उस सब के बारे में थोड़ा सा आपको एक टेस्ट मिल जाए ये वीडियो देख के। और बिगिनर से सबसे ज़्यादा पूछा गया सवाल या सबसे ज़्यादा फॉर लैक ऑफ बेटर वर्ड कंप्लेंट जो मैं काफ़ी बार सुना हूँ वो ये है कि बिगिनर्स के लिए बहुत कंटेंट अवेलेबल ऑलरेडी है, बट द रियल प्रॉब्लम इज़ कि आप बेसिक्स अगर सीख लेते हो, आपने बेसिक वाली कॉर्ड्स या स्ट्रमिंग पैटर्न्स सीख लिए हैं, अब इसके बाद क्या। हमेशा एक गैप रहता है कि ठीक है, अब ये बेसिक्स के बाद मैं सीखूं क्या, क्योंकि इतने सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, इतने सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं जिसको सीखने में या तो आप कंफ्यूज हो जाते हो बिकॉज देयर आर सो मेनी कॉन्सेप्ट्स, यू जस्ट गेट ओवरवेल्म्ड। तो मैंने इस पूरे कोर्स में कोशिश ही यही की है कि एक बिगिनर गिटारिस्ट जो नेक्स्ट लेवल जाना चाह रहा है उसके लिए काफ़ी आसान हो कि ये कोर्स लेके वो अपने आप को इम्प्रूव कर सकता है। अगर आप एक इंटरमीडिएट गिटारिस्ट भी हैं तो भी आई एम वेरी श्योर दैट आपको कुछ ना कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा। सो आई जस्ट वॉन्टेड टू शो यू दिस वीडियो। होप यू लर्न समथिंग न्यू फ्रॉम दिस वीडियो एंड इवन फ्रॉम द कोर्स की बाकी सारी जो डिटेल्स हैं उसका एक वेबसाइट बनाया है और उसका लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दिया, सो यू कैन चेक दैट आउट। बट होप यू लर्न समथिंग न्यू, हैव फन। Hey, welcome back. And in this lesson, we are going to kind of take a look at all those exotic chords, like those extended chords जिसके बारे में हम लोग बात करते हैं. We'll start with major sevenths and we'll kind of go through what they are, how they are formed, and I'll also show you some shapes that you can use to play them. One question that comes up is उनको कब use करना है? When do you use a major 7 or an extended chord? One good opportunity or a situation to use it is whenever you have like a normal chord. Let's say you have a progression G, E minor, C and D. Let's say that you're tired of using those same chords and आपको इसका sound थोड़ा सा अलग करना है. You want to make it sound a little more exotic. That is like a situation where you can deploy major 7 or minor 7 chords. So सबसे पहले तो major 7, minor 7 कहाँ से आता है ये name? What does the 7 mean? Well, we already took a look at the harmonization of a major scale. Now this is one of the reasons why harmonization was so important, because we keep going back to it. That is like the building block. That concept is pretty important. And उसमें हमने देखा था कि हर major scale के note के ऊपर एक chord बना है. We did that by taking every alternate note. So the first note, third note of the fifth note from every note of the scale. So for example, in the C major scale, C का जो first chord था, we found it was a C major. We got that by taking the first, third and the fifth note, which is C, E and G. That is your normal C major chord. Now to make this a seventh, all you have to do is just add the seventh note of the scale also on top of this. So it's very simple. You now have C, E, G. You just add the seventh note, which is a B. So if you play the notes C, E, G and B, you'll get a C major 7 chord. Very simple. So I'll show you some bar chord shapes that are of course movable. Movable bhi hai, so you can use it everywhere in the fretboard. And we'll kind of go through a recap of all the shapes by the end of this video. All we have to do is bar until the 5th fret, because we have the C note here on the 3rd fret on the 5th string. So you have to bar until the 5th string, make this shape. So we have our ring finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string, right? That's playing the G note. This is the C note. Then you have this note, which is your middle finger. That is on the 3rd string and that is playing the 4th fret. Now you guessed it right. So that note is the B note. So that is the major 7th note. So that is the important note. अगर ये note आपका नहीं आ रहा है, then the sound will not be nice. That's the note that makes this chord major 7th. So it is very important कि वो वाला note एकदम clear सुनाई दे. Right? And on the next string we have second string में we also have it on the 5th fret. And then we have the index barring the first string on the 3rd fret. That is your major 7 shape. We have the index playing the root note, which is C. Then in the next string we have the ring finger, which is playing the G note. Then the major 7th note being played by the middle finger, which is B. The pinky finger is playing the E note. And then we have again the index finger playing the G note. So basically concept जो इसके पीछे है, major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, सबके पीछे concept is very simple. Like for example major में हमने देखा कि 1, 3, 5 जो already है उस पर हम एक 7th note add कर रहे हैं. That's it, right? That makes a major 7. Now what about the minor 7? Minor, actually minor का formula होता है 1, flat 3 and 5. So if you want to play any minor chord, you just take the major chord और उसमें जो 3rd note होता है, you flatten that. So for example, C में the 3rd note or the 1, 3, 5 is C, E, right? So if you flatten the 3rd, that becomes your C minor chord. So instead of playing C, E, G, you're playing C, E flat and G. That is your minor chord. All you have to do in the minor 7 is play the 1, flat 3, 5 and also the flat 7. 7th भी इसमें flatted होता है. So let's try to play a minor 7 chord. We'll stay in the same key, we'll play C. And if you already know the C minor chord position, it becomes very easy. इसमें से हमको सिर्फ pinky finger जो है उसको निकाल देना है. And now this becomes a C minor 7. Now this one is also a little bit tricky, not in terms of like theory or something, but just physically, because इसमें क्या है कि जो minor 7th वाला note है, that is being fretted by your index finger. So you also have to press down on the 3rd string. That is your minor 7th note. So very simple, your minor normal bar chord. Take out your pinky and it becomes your minor 7. Right? We already knew what was a major chord, so that was an A shape, barring. So you add the 7th note to this and then it becomes your C major 7. We already knew our minor chord shape, which was this. You flatten the 7th and you flatten the 3rd. That becomes your minor 7. Now the 3rd type of chord is the dominant 7th chord that we're going to look at. और dominant chord में यही difference होता है कि minor 7 chord में था 1, flat 3, 5 and flat 7. A dominant 7th chord just has a flat 7. The 3rd remains the same. We're going to go back to our major 7 shape. And once you have the major 7 shape fretted, all you have to do is just lift up your middle finger. So आप ये देख सकते हैं कि एक ही जगह पे रह के आपको कितने सारे अलग chord shapes मिल रहे हैं, right? So it's very important to kind of go through them a little slowly, so you memorize each and everything and even like pay attention to the sound. आप ये sound को सुनने का कोशिश करो कि how does a dominant 7th sound, how does a minor 7th sound, how does a major 7th sound, right? So now we are kind of looking at all the chords which has the root on the 5th string, but we will also look at all the chords when they have the root on the 6th string. We'll come to that. So coming back to the C, we already have the C major, the C minor, and the C major 7, the C minor 7, and your C dominant 7. And of course, ये सारे shapes are movable. So if you just move up, it becomes a different key. If you just do the same shapes in a different key, just move it up 2 frets, you're now going to be playing in the key of D. So we have D major, D minor, D major 7, then you have D minor 7, and then you have your D dominant 7. So again, very simple. You have your major scale already. 1-3-5 हमको पता है कि मेजर कॉर्ड है. 1-3-5 पे you're just adding the seventh note, that becomes your major 7. Very simple. When you want a minor 7, the minor chord is already 1 flat 3 and 5. All you have to do is add the flat 7. So the minor 7 becomes 1 flat 3, 5 and flat 7. Dominant 7 is very simple. It's like a major chord 1-3-5, but you're only adding the flat 7th.